we're against Avi this time, and I think Avi's recording his hits, so if he does, I'll show them in between my hits. So it'll be like my barb camp first and then his one. Have I hit this before? I feel like I have. Anyways, first thing I'm always thinking of is Hog Whiz. Disgusting Dragon Cliffs. Not really. What is this BL? This can't be good. I wonder if Haste Cards just works here. Like, what does he have to counter that? Just place the graveyard here to tank for this Rokotoi one here. Like, Haste Cards should just go brrrr through the whole thing. Not to mention we have this closed compartment there. And so it was just a start with Barb Camp. Frost value. These two aren't frostable together. These two aren't frostable. I think this is the best frost here. It's probably a Tesla here or here. That's just the general way these bases work. So we need a graveyard to control this giant cannon and to control this rocket artillery. So I think one just right in the middle here. And we'll go with one miner up this. There's not really value for a miner here, especially because these giants. Though the giants might be pulled over here, but I think hogs are just better for that section. Okay. 4 wizards, 2 for the left, 2 for the right. These wizards might get stuck over here, but it's fine because we'll have the hogs and the miner. Okay, and is 8 rams enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we can sacrifice. We want to be safe on the entry. Don't want to be too impatient. So we can use more rams to do that. I suppose the Teslas are probably more towards the left, so I place this frost more towards the left. So graveyard here for the giant cannon, here for that. Okay. Just start with one wizard, in case there's any kind of traps or something wants to troll me. Okay. This spear thrower here is kind of scary for this wizard, so I'm placing a hog for that. And then... okay. And then... need to take down this district hole quickly. Hog there. Alright, once that rocket artillery shoots, we'll place hogs for that. This Tesla's farm was here. That's an interesting spot. Oh shit, we barely got anything. So we definitely baited some kind of hog whiz, because like the district hole prevented us from getting a lot of value. Ooh, that mine is out of range from that cannon. I don't think that helps us too much though. Unless this guy has enough HP to take down this bomb tower? I gets the cannon somehow. Okay, 35%. It's not looking pretty. We can frost these 3 defenses. And then... ooh. Okay. What's annoying is if I play cards here, they'll be stalled like forever. I can place a ram here and I'll break out, and then I can get to the bomb tower easily. That's good. Do I want to go wizards here? Do I think it's safe enough? The answer is I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to place a graveyard for this section here. Because there's only this cannon and then like very few defenses that can shoot back. And there's no splash in this section besides this bomb tower. So I'm just going to rely on this graveyard to tank for this left section. And I'm going to use one graveyard here. And then we'll save one for the back end. I think that's what I'm going to do. And we'll go like cards for this bomb section. So one hog for here, and then something like that. So I'm not sure how many Teslas I've pulled so far. How much can we get with the frost? Not bad. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Okay, nice. The bomb tower went down. And hog here, as I said before. And then I'm gonna actually giant to tank for that cannon, and then hog like that, and then like so. I was hoping the hog went for this spear throw up here. I guess it didn't want to. So now we're just coasting into the backside. And so what's worrying me is this giant cannon back there. And there's two Teslas, damn. I think we may have thrown. I think I needed more up the right side. Because this Tesla's about to cook me. Ooh. Oh, this Tesla's one card survived. I don't know how both cards survived that. That is incredible. But they need to survive as well. Okay. Okay. I don't know how this worked. I mean, cards OP. Like, I know these cards here, they're like on 2 HP. And there's something lived. So like, I'll take that, I'll take that. But this top section here, I definitely played it badly. I think probably 2 hogs were better than whatever I used there.
Hello guys, welcome, Avi here. So following Alpal's effort to give you guys an insight of how we think during an ELO match, I'll be recording my hits today along with my voice so you guys can learn a bit about my thought process. And hopefully I'll be recording a few of the matches to come as well. Yeah, obviously I'm not, I'm not like playing to be as good as Alpal or any like really high and level, and giving you guys a bit of my thought process. So my thought process on BC is actually extremely retarded. So yeah, well obviously now that you can see the troops I've used, you can guess that. But yeah, so the main 2 strats that I look for on BC are Arlune spam into Golem, which is what I used here, and Hogwiz, basically. So Hogwiz, that would be 99% of the time, that would be like 1 jump and 3 graveyards. Sometimes I guess I would use 1 freeze, 2 graveyards, but I really like my jump. So yeah, what you look for when you're looking for Arlune spam is first of all, you don't want the entry, like how to say it, the defense pattern at the entry to be too tight, because then you know that how to say, your Arlune pathing is going to be way too predictable. You know you're going to have like 5 stacks of heirlooms stacking up on one defense eventually, and they're just gonna get wrecked. Obviously, you don't want to have both of your rocket artilleries close to the entry, and you also don't want to have like 2 air bombs close to the entry. Like, say for example, if this air bomb had been on this pot, I probably wouldn't have went for heirloom, because then my balloons would just have gone wrecked. So yeah, that's basically what you look for. And when you look for S-Wiz, I mean, I guess you could have gone S-Wiz here, because like the main thing you're trying to avoid with S-Wiz is the bomb towers being close to the giant posts, and this combo being like in the region of where you ideally want to drop your graveyard for ideal tanking. Because then what happens is that your Larrys just stack up on the giants and they get destroyed by the bomb tower. But I didn't go for S-Wiz here because, well, the entry is kind of weird, kind of spread out, kind of hard to predict where the S-Wiz will go. Also, I really suspected to be like a Tesla here between these walls, maybe here, and probably even here. So yeah, I mean, I just knew that sending a miner for this far left side wouldn't have gotten me any value, and obviously I didn't want to send all of my wizards through this path because I want to take out also this part of the base. So yeah, S-Wiz really didn't seem like a good option, so I just went for the no-brainer. And then just to finish quickly my thought process, if I don't see value for heirlooms, if I don't see value for S-Wiz, I will just fucking golem. Easy. I know that a lot of people use cards on BC, but I know I don't really like cards anymore. I used to, but yeah, it's kind of hard to tank. I mean, cards could have worked here, I guess, because the giant outposts are kind of far. But yeah, I'd rather go for the no-brainer. So yeah, I'd say that the only time when I use cards right now is when I did S-Wiz first hit, and that I just know that if I go S-Wiz second hit, I'll get raped. But I still have 3 graveyards down. I can place the haste, or maybe not even the haste, like. But yeah, I only use cards on second hit on BC right now. So yeah, I used this graveyard here to tank for this air bomb. I went single balloon group because first of all I knew there's gonna be a Tesla here, and I knew there was gonna be a Tesla here as well. But yeah, I know a lot of people like to send packs of 3 balloons, but since I know that on BC there's gonna be a whole lot of air traps, which was the case here. I don't know if you saw, there was a giant bomb right next to these walls. So yeah, I like to only send them 2 at a time. So the value here was pretty good. It wasn't like crushing hit, but yeah, we took down 2 main defenses. We took down 2 multi-cannons, I think. Yeah, 2 multi-cannons, 6 in total. We took down a bunch of Teslas, which actually I didn't count properly at that time, but yeah, I think there was 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So yeah, 3 Teslas is very good for the first hit. And now we're going to start with the even less smart approach, which is obviously the golem. I'm going to speed this up because it's not really interesting. But yeah, I brought the jump here because I knew that the golem would have a weird pathing that wouldn't open the walls. So I sacrificed the zap for the jump. I sent a hog here because I knew that it would take a lot of time to get through it. Here I kind of wasted my hogs. I should have sent my hogs straight away. Yeah, here they kind of wasted. So I should have sent them as soon as the multi locked onto my golem, but yeah, that's a big problem. Also, this was kind of a mistake. I didn't really think this freeze through because I actually didn't count Teslas properly. So I thought there will probably be Teslas in this area. But yeah, I obviously should have went for the freeze between these 2 multis. I didn't. which means the golem's gonna take a whole lot of damage, but yeah, as I said, it's not a very interesting hit. But still, I was going against Alpa, so on the one hand, I want to showcase like nice strategies so some of you guys can learn something, but I don't want to lose either. So I went for the boring safe strats, which is really like the default strats you should go to on BC if you don't really know what to do. So yeah, extremely boring hit, sorry about that, and I'll make up for it on DC, no worries.
Anyway, here I said I want to try haste cards. So we'll start with 3, and then we'll see which direction they go, and then place 3 in the opposite direction. Or do I want to go with 3? Maybe 5's better. You can do 3. And just spam giants wherever. Actually, no, I like having more stuff to use. Yeah, it's alright. Not really sure what kind of army I should use with this. So we'll haste deep. Graveyard there, and there. And come on. I think I need a hog for that section. Which way are you guys going? Guys, choose a side, choose a side. Alright, this was terrible. I have not haste carded in so long that potentially it was not the right call. Use that Barb's tank for the Inferno. To be fair though, we got the bomb tower. Like, it's not impossible to finish this. But I probably shouldn't have done that. Let's see. Carts feel like the option for down here. Up here. Again, carts is probably an option. Or a P.E.K.K.A. Just need to make sure the P.E.K.K.A doesn't get targeted by these defenses, which is kind of hard. And there's so many defenses back there. Could be stupid. If I place carts down here, will they go up here? I think so. And we could haste carts again. Place a graveyard like here to tank both these. And then we need one graveyard up here for the back. Okay. Actually, a frost might be better for this section because the graveyard basically does nothing against this Inferno. So I just need somewhat adequate tanking. And then yeah, I just need a tank for this stuff well, and it should go decently. So if I place 2 carts here, they'll go around the left probably. So I need something to take down the Inferno. And I think the answer to that is a bunch of hogs. Okay. graveyard as such, and then use this guy here. Maybe he can spawn some graveyards for us. Go in you. Ooh, that is unfortunate. And go the left. I am throwing to the next level right now. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have made fun of this base. Because I am getting destroyed. Oh, how did that spear throw lock onto my... Oh my god. Okay. Damn, I became so bad. I guess we gotta recover on Dragon Cliffs then.
Okay, so unfortunately, when I recorded my BC hit, there was some kind of a problem with my phone, so it didn't record it. So you won't have the live version, but I'll still like rewatch the replay and give you guys some of my thought process. So now we're gonna start looking at Balloon Lagoon. So again, I'm not really a specialist of Balloon Lagoon, but I know that the main strategy you want to go for is the FA2 strat. So that would be sending 3 miners, kind of spread out on this island here, along with the hogs. So you send hogs, and like half a second later you send the miners, because you know miners are a little bit faster. And you want the hogs to tank for any traps that might be before the miners get here. And the second part of the attack, I mean, obviously you have to do this at the same time, but the other part of the attack would be sending, like, classically you'd send like 2 cards on this side here, or maybe even 3 cards to take care of this side. I don't really see the value for 3 cards here, but mainly the problem on this base is that District Hall is right here. So I just know that if I just send 2 cards here, they're gonna get stuck on the District Hall, and we don't really want that. So I think I'm gonna go from bottom here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go from bottom. So that would be still send the miners and hog part on this island, but obviously I would send him a bit more from this side rather than on top, because obviously if I place hogs like I don't know, a bit too far here, they're gonna go this way rather than the other way. So we don't want to lose those hogs. We want all the value we can get. So I don't know if I go 2 cards here. I think wizards would be kind of bold. Okay, let me see. 5 hogs at least. 3 miners. The Rem IA, yeah, the Rem's just gonna get stuck here. I think I need this jump for this section, because I really don't want my cards to go through this part. They're gonna get fucked by the Inferno. Also, there's probably gonna be a Tesla here. I don't know where I place my graveyards. I think I'll only use 1 for this IL because there's no bomb tower. And this way I can use 1 graveyard on the Inferno directly and 1 like on the multi, so it distracts the rock settler. Also, I don't know if I send 3 miners or if I try to keep a miner for this part, but I think I'm just gonna play it safe and go with 3 miners. they'll probably, I mean, probably will be overkill and they'll get raped by this Inferno right here when they get stuck on a district hole, but actually, yeah, I'm gonna go 3 miners top, and then 2 cards at least. The question now is, how do I funnel the entry so I make sure that my cards don't go top? Do I use 1 more hog? Probably. Also need to save at least 1 giant, I guess. Do I need a giant? Yeah, I kind of need a giant. Yeah, at least for this part. And then 3 barbs. The problem is that I have no rams now, so yeah, I'm just gonna go 5 hogs. I think 2 rams is enough because I'll use barbs at first to funnel. Or actually, do I use barbs to funnel? No, actually, you know what? Nah, yeah. Okay. So yeah, jump here. I'm gonna miner this section. And then for the funneling, damn man. Kind of well thought actually. Nice base spell. This is why I was thinking maybe I'll just go like 2 or 3 S-Wiz instead of 2 cards, so I can like carry a lot more hogs and make sure everything's funneled correctly. I'm not really sure. Yeah. Actually, I'm just gonna trust my instincts, go double cards, and we'll see what happens. Okay. Okay, so I say graveyard here. I don't know if I placed the other graveyards yet. So 2 rams to spawn skellies. I'll use double barb, take down the cannon. And I'm just gonna place a jump. I don't have to worry about that. Okay, let's go. Up. Double barb. Skelly start spawning. Okay, this here. Oh, we actually kind of got wrecked on top. Yeah, I think maybe double graveyard would have been better. I don't know. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I don't think I would get targeted from this far. Kind of wasted that card. And she take down multi. No, she doesn't. Okay, so yeah, not the best value, but I think we can still get it from here. Okay, so now we're back for the second hit on BL. So I would have liked that multi-cannon to go down on the first hit. Don't really know what I can go for here. Now I'm kind of regretting the placement of that jump, but But yeah, I don't really know. Maybe I could do like hog, even double hog, and miner for this. So yeah, maybe I just go miner spam actually for the last hit. There's not really a huge freeze value, but maybe I can freeze this. It will also cross the river, so my Larrys can get to this section much easier. Yeah, maybe I'll just go triple miner here, like that. A lot of hogs, a couple rams, a couple barbs. Yeah, might actually go for that. So graveyard placements would be like one of this Inferno, maybe a bit spread out so they don't get all packed by this rocket artillery. So yeah, maybe between those buildings. First graveyard, and then the second one would be like here, well here I guess. Give it a little bit far from the bomb tower. First miner would be here, second would be here. Oh damn! I didn't see that deployment zone. Okay, that gets a ram gets through that, right? And then 4 barbs. I will have to double barb this district hall instantly. And then I think the third miner would be kind of delayed and sent for this section. Yeah. Okay, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Alright. So. Oh, is there a Tesla between the... Oh, damn. That has to be, right? Do I go for the pre-shot Tesla? Alright, let's do it. Pre-shot Tesla, river frosting. Man, I really hope there's a Tesla here. Alright, so graveyard here. The last one, I think I'm gonna delay it a little bit. Okay, open up this. Okay, so now I think I'm gonna go double ram here, single ram top, hog, miner top, hog, double hog miner. Maybe yeah, alright. Go for that. Okay, so double ram, barb, another hog, double barb, miner. How's miner doing? Oh no, he died. Shit. Alright, yeah. Maybe should have sent a bit more hogs here. Okay, now we're gonna go with the last graveyard. Miner, hog here. Hog here as well, gonna have to. And hog here as well. Now we'll see how it turns out. I have still 2 miners left. Oh, there was no Tesla. Actually, I really need to learn how many Teslas there are on each district, because like I only know that there are none on DC. Oh, nice bomb. I think this get through, right? Oh yeah, very close. But yeah, I was saying, you guys should really also learn how many traps there are on each district, especially on especially the Teslas. Sorry. So yeah, I only know there's no Teslas on Dragon Cliffs. I know there's a whole bunch on Builders Workshop and on BC, but I don't really know the specifics on BL. I think there's only 2. I'm not really sure. Okay.
Where are the dragons? Let's see. I think we just have to go hybrid. Problem is, I don't know how to play hybrid. But definitely far graveyard for this to lock down this dragon. Frost here, I think. And we hopefully get a majority of this right side section. And we need a lot of rams. So 1 miner for this section. Do we send a miner through the middle? Or do we go 2 miners for the right? I think 2 miners up the right is the idea. This guy we hopefully don't need an eye drag to deal with. I mean, a barrel. Back here, it's questionable. Maybe I should just bring 1 miner. And bring an army like this. Yeah, I honestly don't know how this army exactly works. I need to make sure I bring enough rams for this. Don't waste them all down here or something. So it's forcing me to use 2 barbs here. I don't want to. But I don't know how I can prevent myself from having to do that. So maybe I'll use less of that stuff. Of hogs. Okay. Frost. Inferno. And then... Ooh, that was a bad frost. I was too greedy. I was trying to control, like, make sure that the dragon stayed in the frost. Anyways, graveyard there for now. And then we'll save on the second one. Be outside of range. It's not outside of... Oh, it is. Okay. Maybe these guys can take down that cannon. That's be a thrower. God. Ah, forgot this graveyard, bro. Rams, go somewhere. Do something. Oh, they're going in the base. They're going in the base. Come on, Rams. Right. Man. Come on, iDrag. Surely iDrag can clutch up at this. Come on, iDrag. Come on, iDrag. Kill it. Oh, he's gonna do it. Okay. Okay, we got 4 dragons. Now what, though? Now what? How does one finish this? What's the answer? Hybrid again? Frost this? And then Rams walk to this wall. Oh, Rams walk here. Then we don't need a graveyard down here. We can get double frost. We can double frost because whatever a graveyard would do here, Rams would do the same. And then, might be stupid, but we go wizards. And then, yeah, wizards from here. And then we use a hog here to take the cannon. And then we just need to clear these couple buildings, and then we can start the wizards directly over here. So either archers or ram and a couple barbs. I think ram and a couple barbs is better. So let's not completely throw and bring a backup eye drag. Probably don't need that many rams. 5 wizards, is that enough? Yeah. Okay, as for this frost, can I hit this air defense? I think so. Or maybe I want a few more bugs. And then I'll be left with like, should be enough. I think it's enough, Okay, frost as such. Hopefully that doesn't mess up our rams. Because it definitely could. Frost. And then, not too sure about the timing, so I'll start with this, guys. Okay, you, search for you. Perfect. Okay. Need to deal with this dragon. This is getting close, this is getting bad, this is getting bad. Eye drag, clutch up. Clutch up, eye drag. Zap. Wizards, get the spear throw, get the spear throw, get the spear throw. I think we got it. Okay, yeah. Even this wizard got that spear throw. Perfect. Alright, we recovered. BO, I don't want to talk about that. BC, that was kind of close as well. So I kind of got baited on both the bases. Not really BO, I just played BO trashly. And I guess that base was a bit more interesting than it seemed.
Okay, and now the most interesting part, because obviously BC hit wasn't really interesting, which is DC, which is kind of my specialty. It's like the only district where I feel like I'm actually very good at. So yeah, so this is well, what I call like a bottom left centered DC compared to the DCs that were centered around this part or this part. So yeah, my approach on, well, I mean, obviously you can always make the argument that you could go like from the front, like do some kind of archers, rage or some shit like that, but I don't do that. I like my graveyard. So yeah, my main goal here on the first hit would be to clear all of this section to open up the deployment zone on top. Well, obviously it's not going to open up because there's wall block in it, but that means you can easily open it up with like one single ram on the second hit. You want to grab also, well, obviously the dragons, but ideally you want to grab a third dragon. And even more ideally, you want to clear as much of this section as possible. Okay, that's not always doable, obviously, but this dragon, you really have to clear it. Like, if you get half the dragons, you still have a shot. If there are 4 dragons left for the second hit, it's going to be really difficult. So, my kind of go-to strategy on this kind of bottom left DC would be, as I said, to collapse all of this, either using like air or using like ground hybrids, like I don't know, like hogs, miners, 6 hogs, 2 miners, 3 barrel, 3 eye drags, something like that. And on the second hit, I really like to go S-Wiz, like back end S-Wiz. So in this case, let's say I managed to collapse all of this. I could just like send a ram, send my S-Wiz from here, and well, I will have a very nice funnel for my S-Wiz, and I can frost like this section, which has great value. So yeah, either air or hybrid for the first hit. Here, I recognize that air would be kind of tricky. Like, let's say you go single drag, it's kind of hard to predict the pathing, and let's not forget that there's kind of a lot of defenses here, and that's really what you want to clear on the first hit. And if I just send an I drag, S drag from here, it's likely that he will go here and then go over the cliff, and that's not really what we're looking for. So that's why I chose to go ground, so ground hybrid. And then the question was whether I use 1, 2 miners, how much hogs do I use, and then I had the idea of going with the single cart. So why did I go with the cart? It's quite unorthodox for DC, but I don't know, I knew that I had a lot of non-defensive buildings to take out in order to open up the deployment zone. So and yeah, the cart is quite slow, so it's quite adapted to DC. So yeah, I don't know. I wanted to try the cart, and it worked out kind of well, I guess. So yeah, oh yeah, and also in order to kill this dragon, my plan was to attract it over the cliff by by placing a graveyard on this spot right here. Okay. So it would fly over, and then it would be much more easier to kill, because as you guys know, the IQ of the I-Drags are extremely limited in this game. So yeah, you want to place the I-Drag as close as possible to the dragon you're trying to kill. And also, the freeze, like, you could make the argument that freezing this section, or this section, I don't know, would be interesting, but since I wanted to go S-Wiz on the second hit, and I didn't really think I would need the freeze, to be honest. I just needed like proper control. So I chose to frost this instead, in order to have both these compartments and these compartments frozen when I approach with my S-Wiz on the second hit. So yeah, that's why I call it the greedy freeze, because you basically don't have much value for it on the first hit, although you'll see I kind of did on this one. Anyways, let's get into the replay. So yeah, greedy freeze here, graveyard to obviously distract the Inferno, but also to attract this dragon. So yeah, I'm gonna start with the graveyard now, I think. Yeah, exactly, graveyard. And then I'm gonna go ram. Like, I recognize that there's a close compartment here, so I knew that I was gonna be it was gonna be really easy for me to tank, really easy and cheap to tank my my cart with the rams. I was kind of late on this ram, as you can see. I almost got targeted by the S-Drag. It actually worked out. Here I sent like bar. I don't know why I could have went for another ram, to be honest. And now I'm going with the barrel I-Drag combo in order to kill the dragon. The card mixing its way. And here I think I make a huge mistake. There's already like 5 hogs here, and I still send another hog, which basically gives me 0 value. So yeah, very dumb. Kind of cost me a lot of value, because right now the problem is that now that I've sent my miner, I need at least one group of hogs to support my miner, because I really want my miner to collapse all of this. Ideally this as well. So yeah, I'm gonna send one hog top, and if I hadn't wasted that hog, I could have used like another hog for this section, I guess, in order to tank my cart a little bit longer, so it can get a little bit more value. But since I wasted my hog like a dumbass, I couldn't do that. But no big deal really. So yeah, hog on top, miner on top. Now that the dragon and the deployment zone is opened up, I can safely kill the S-Drag. And here I chose to use my last pack of hogs on top, because I really want to get as much of this section as possible. So yeah, and also you can see that the freeze actually got a very nice value, because the skellies from from the Skelly barrel actually managed to take down the spear thrower and also take down this and kind of distract the blast bow as well. So yeah, and this miner was absolutely goated. As you can see, he's gonna take down this and also the S-Wiz tower, which is absolutely huge value. That means that there will be no splash defenses to cover the graveyard that's placed right here. So yeah, that means the blast bow is gonna go down very easily. I was planning to use a hog here, but I actually forgot it, and I didn't even need to place it. So yeah. Anyways, so now the plan is frost on this section. Why do I keep clicking on this air bomb? Because as you can see, I brought some minions, but it's obviously not for breaking up defenses. Minions are actually extremely important or extremely useful, I'd say, to tank for the super dragons while the S-Wiz are killing it. Because I don't know if you guys know that, but the super dragons cannot like target both air and ground at the same time. So that means that since the minions have a shorter range than the S-Wiz, when you're in a spot where you know you're gonna have a little bit of trouble tanking for your S-Wiz and you know they might get targeted by the S-Drag, you just send a pack of minions. And first of all, it's gonna chip a little bit of damage. And secondly, well, it's gonna help you tank your wizards. So yeah, that's why I like to frost the air bombs when it's possible. And yeah, basically, well, I'll let you guys watch the hit. I'll explain it to you. So, yeah, okay. Open up the higher section. Okay. Now I'll send a ram to scout for any zap traps, which might kill my wizards. There was none, so I went for my wizards. A little bit late, you could argue. And here, yeah, here that's a huge mistake. Absolutely huge mistake. Why? Because, well, first of all, I was planning to place my graveyard like here in order to tank the S-Drag. But the problem is that by breaking up this section and therefore like having troops on this side, I took a huge risk of the dragon flying over the cliff. And then, once it would have taken care of these little barbs, it would have flown over to my wizard, which is kind of what's intended, but definitely not in this angle. So I'll let you guys watch. But that was really a huge mistake. So yeah, you can see Skelly start spawning, and then the S-Drag just starts flying over to this. And that means that it's gonna approach my wizards from above the cliff, where it's extremely hard for me to tank for them. And yeah, here you can see targeted the barb, almost smashed my Wiz. The minions really came in clutch, and also the air Larrys spawned by the minions. I would have definitely one start if not for that. Here you can see the graveyards that were spawning have already taken care of the blast bow. I didn't even need to place anything for it. And yeah, at this point, it's kind of looking good, although all of my wizards are really low health because of the double bomb that was really well placed and because of the little fuck up because of the ram. But yeah, for now, we're kind of going. Tanking is going pretty good. I'm sending a hog for the wizard tower. I'm really scared of any splash damage at this moment, and yeah, exactly. I basically lost all of my wizards. I only have 2 left, and I know they're really low health. One of them gets fried, and at this point I was like, damn, I'm gonna 1-star, and the minions actually came in extremely clutch. They managed to chip down a lot of health from the super dragon. That was my last hog, and actually managed to take it down. Only 1 air defense left, so yeah. Last year was very close because of that silly mistake with the ram. Almost cost me actually the 1-star. So yeah. Hope you guys learn a thing or two. I know BC hit wasn't really interesting. BL hit wasn't really impressive either. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. hopefully I will do some more of this type of videos once I get a better phone, because I really struggle to to get a recording going. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys learned something, and thanks to Alpal for creating this concept. So yeah.